Hello, I'm Mark.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Patrick.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about Optimus and some improvements that have happened to the Tesla bot recently. But first, let's roll that title, Casey.
All right, let's do it.
You're watching the Tesla Life Express.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. We came across this story about the Tesla bot Optimus Prime, not subprime, that's long gone. But Optimus Prime has been spotted. Actually, it's been released by Tesla of it performing its walk, and this time it looks a lot more human-like. It's moving a lot more less cautiously than the previous versions of Optimus Prime.
But much more assuredly in its
yeah,
stride.
exactly.
It's confident.
Previously, it looked like it was scared as it moved.
Mhm.
It was like, I'm going to be hit or something. And of course, that's certainly in its body language, it showed that. But
I don't want it.
Casey's got a video that he'll be able to show us. Here we are. And this is the official release from Tesla. And let's just watch it together.
Let's watch it now.
Watch.
It's the one you saw at the store with the Cybertruck.
And then
That is interesting. It's got a like Patrick said, it's almost it's got confidence as it goes.
Walking with some swagger.
Let's just end it. Let's look at the comparison between it and previous versions.
Previous ones. Sure, let's take a look at that. I'd like
Still hasn't caught up with 2021 yet.
nothing has caught up with 2021.
The accompanying text for the other one was we might have peaked in 2021.
Yeah, if you do remember in 2022 when that Optimus was on stage, there were stagehands ready to catch it because they were really unsure about its balance at that particular point. But here we are 3+ years later, and as Patrick said, it's got some swagger.
Versus what they just showed us a couple of weeks ago, where it looked like that with some skin on it. Where I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see my mouse. It looked like that with some skin on it.
So yeah, this is going to be interesting because now Tesla bot is getting close to its first actual deployment of mass. They're going to be producing a group of them. They already have, but if you happen to notice in the video that Casey had showed, in the background there were those charging hooks that a number of Tesla bots were connected to. So that's where they back up and they kind of hook themselves to a charger, and they just charge quietly as they're resting against that wall hook. But it is interesting that they are going to start to produce this. What actual work it's going to perform is certainly is up in the air, but there will be the option that certain people will be able to purchase this bot and have it perform tasks around work or home. What those tasks specifically will be or how it's going to learn those tasks, that is going to be the interesting part. But again, we are moving quickly into the future, almost in present, because I believe it will be the end of this year or beginning of 2026 when these are the first batch is going to be put together. And of course, it depends on how well the bot is learning and such as to how widely it will be released. But I am sure that we're going to start seeing videos of people with this at home or at the office or the industrial site. It will be fun to watch.
Yeah, weren't we promised the first legion of them this year?
Yes, 5,000 this year is what Musk said the plans are. They're going to make parts for 10 to 12,000 and hope to get at least 5,000 out this calendar year.
All right.
Because of course the first couple of versions are going to be like Lego. If they do fall over, they're going to blow out across the room, right?
Yes, yard sale as it's called when you're skiing and all the parts go flying.
But yeah, 5,000 bots. That will be interesting to see where they go, and what they'll be doing is really the big question in my mind. Like we've had many people say, "Well, I can hardly wait to buy my bot, and it becomes basically my personal servant. It'll be mowing the lawn. It'll be watering things. It will be taking the garbage out. It will be sorting the recycling. All these kind of things." It's really pie in the sky at this point because we haven't really got a clear picture on what type of standard abilities it will have. And of course, the real question, how will this thing learn new abilities? How do you treat it? How do you program it to actually perform something that may be just individual to you or your environment? It will be like could this thing snow shovel? Could it do that? I don't know.
All the time.
It could, if you're expecting it to mow the lawn, it's got some of the basics there already. It would be interesting to see what this bot is going to be able to do and how it will learn.
I expect we'll see a lot of them in Tesla factories before we see them anywhere else. And then they're going to learn some basic skills there, but that's, they're not going to learn how to do your laundry or dishes.
Yes.
Right. I think it'll be interesting to see how this deploys. Seeing that, and those are the new hands, right?
Oh, I think
with
so.
the new articulation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Those are the old hands in the background on the poster. The from the original, or the second to original unveiling.
Yeah, if you're working on walking, though, you might not want the new hands on there just in case it does fall over while you're, tweaking and programming for walking. Yeah, you would. Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to get them ready for weight, and then sometimes we'll do something different with our pinky or the index finger while we're swinging them, and it does look like it's doing display a little bit on that last level as it comes to the stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as it started, it did a little bit. Yeah, interesting.
So it would be again just such a dramatic transformation from 2022 when this thing really looked like an early generation of the Terminator bot. It certainly has changed. Whereas even previously, where it was always hooked up to a harness and a engine hoist that was keeping it, away from a possible fall, it would be caught. But this is huge modifications and changes as this has gone through just a few iterational years since 2022. Like we're only 3 years since that point. Yeah. And here we are with talking about a hand that's almost human-like. We're talking about a walk that again almost human-like. It's getting better every day.
Yep, and then you've got your we had it running in the Wii Robot events where it only fell once, and that was because somehow somebody's handbag got snagged on it. Hopefully it wasn't practicing pickpocket. And then when it did fall, it didn't fall onto the lady, and so nobody was injured, even though it wasn't tethered and it was amongst the people. The fact that they were comfortable enough to let it walk among people is pretty impressive as well. We're getting somewhere with this thing, and yes, it was semi-totally operated, but I don't imagine anybody was on one of those like multi-directional treadmills walking the thing. It's like you walk here, all right, make some drinks, and then I'm going to use your mouth to interact with the crowd.
Yeah.
So I do want to point one thing out. Musk tweeted about this and said, accurate actuators accelerate automation. And you know me with the guy who says a future free from fossil fuels. I can't let a good alliteration like that go. So I of course responded with Optimus obviously outperforms others.
There you go.
Exactly.
I'll see your
Exactly.
4 A's and raise you 4 O's.
There you go. Yep. From my 4F account.
That's right.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So again, out there for you watching, what do you guys think? Is this something that you would employ? Is this something you're waiting for? Obviously, price point is going to be something that is going to be up in the air for many. And as Elon has mentioned, the cost will come down over time with the production of multiple thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. But in the beginning, they will be pricey, I am sure, for the first little while. And as Patrick mentioned, probably the only place we're going to see them to start will be on maybe a Tesla production line as they perform some task, probably with the lights out and a strobe on, just for dramatic effect.
Although, if it's using the same cameras as the cars, they aren't as ready to go lights out as the Kugelbots that are already in the factory.
True. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One thing that's cool about this is Tesla's using affordable parts and things that can become cheap at high volume. I mean, there are other robotic companies, but they don't do that. That's not their model. They make robots that are super expensive, and then you don't want to do risky things with them because they could get broken, and that's. But we see this all the time. We talk about how Tesla iterates, and they'll take chances, and sometimes those chances pay off, and sometimes they learn lessons from them and go a different direction. And it's the way that, I mean, this is why we get to see SpaceX rockets explode, right. And you're not seeing that from Blue Origin or others. At least, especially some of the times when they say, "Oh, if it gets off the pad, that'll be considered a success." So that's as far as they're really expecting it to get. I mean, so it's the same here. You iterate quickly, you make improvements, you make it affordable, so that you're not risking the company with every failure, but you're expecting failures, and you're using them as learning opportunities and moving the whole technology forward. So Mark, initially they're going to be expensive, but like you said, okay, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000. Now they're getting affordable, and once they're cheaper than a car, most people can afford a car. And if this really has high utility and can do things like mow your lawn, do your dishes, do your laundry, then that's going to be incredible to have. And I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing induction charging, so that it when it just backs up near that plate, it starts charging. That would seem to be the right way to go, especially when they're doing that for Cybercab. So then they're going to have the wireless charging technology. Why not use it on Optimus as well?
Yeah.
The only advantage I see to the hook versus induction is that you can power it completely off if it's hanging.
Yeah, when it powers up, it lifts itself off the hook. So you've got that automated ability to completely power down. I can see that. But
even more important is if it deploys to a customer who doesn't have clean power.
Isn't this very similar to like the Roomba that just wanders around your house vacuuming, and when it knows it's getting low, it knows where home base is, and it just drives up it and hooks in, and boom, that's it. Sits there and charges.
Right, and the induction pad could turn off, and Optimus could have some way to signal it, hey, I'm here now, turn on, right? So you could have some backdoor channel of communication channel, and doesn't have to just be for wireless power detection.
Oh, I meant the bot could turn off, because if it's inductively charging, it would have to balance itself in some way. And if you are in a place where the power is not stable, like many of their customers will be, you don't want 6 of these things falling over on their faces.
Yeah. Or crushing the family cat.
Oh yeah, it can be something small. It doesn't have to be in a factory. Yeah.
That'd be bad PR.
Yes, it
Cat
would.
killed by
Yeah.
Optimus.
Let's break a power outage.
They have 9 lives. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. Cats are pretty quick too. So
Yeah.
with that, I think we will call it a day. If you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up on the video. Press that subscribe button. Any shout outs, Patrick?
Sure. I am with the Oregon Electric Vehicle Association. You can find us at oeva.org, and I blog occasionally at carswithcords.net, where I write about my future free from fossil fuels. Thanks.
And Casey, new dad, what do you got for us?
We've got coming up on Sunday, we've got Let's Chat with Casey and Friends over at youtube.com/Casey Green or x.com/gcustom. And we'll have side spaces going on where you can call in and talk on the show. Then on Monday, we've got the Tesla Life Express Edition 2. So if you liked Edition 1 here, see Edition 2. And then on Wednesday, catch us live, and we'll see you there.
Very good. Very good. Thanks so much for being with us. If you haven't already, thumbs up, subscribe, and follow us on our X feed at the Tesla Life. And we will get together next time and find out what's happening in that Tesla Life together. Balloons.